Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com. Joined as always by the head coach of the Hofstra baseball team, John Russo. Coach, welcome.
Thanks, Len, for having me.
Another week, another successful week. 3 wins down at the UMBC tournament. Win streak is at 8, and oh yeah, another no-hitter. What's in the water, Coach? 2 no-hitters in the first 3 weeks of the season.
That one, it just kind of happened again. Like Rooney threw really well early, and then, in the 6th, I think it was, he had some trouble and, got a little bit out of sync, walked a couple, and then had a big strikeout to end the inning, and, he exerted a lot of energy, and so then here we are, taking him out, and, we had probably, planned on taking him out right around that time anyways, because it was 42 degrees, he was getting around pitch limit, and had Seamus up and ready, and then, next thing you know, there's no hits, and there's Seamus again, gets the right guy to close it out, and cruising right along, gets a couple pop-ups, and here it is, the 9th inning again, and we're, on the tips of our seats, watching a no-hitter again, and, right when it happened, I pushed Taves, and I was like, can you believe that? And it was an incredible thing, super happy for the guys, and incredible. That's all I can really say.
So that was an 11-0 win over Mount St. Mary's. In the first game of 2 on the day, second game, you take on the host, UMBC Retrievers. Different kind of game there, a little slugfest, 9-6. Matt Weishire started that game, was cruising along through the first, 3 innings into the 4th. And then, things kind of fell apart a little bit in that 4th inning. What did you see from Matt as the game went on?
I thought Matt pitched really well. He had good stuff. Got himself a little bit of trouble to start that inning. He got 2 walks, I think it was, no outs. But then he got a pop-up, and we misplayed the pop-up, and had another chance to make another play later in the inning that could have helped out. But then they hit a 3-run homer, and there it was, 6 in a hurry. And besides Norfolk on Sunday when they scored 4, that's the first time somebody's put up obviously 6, and they threw a big punch at us, and it definitely fazed us. And I thought the one thing was after taking an inning or 2 to rebound from it, I thought we really answered well and pitched really well after that, and regrouped and got our footing and was able to close it out with a win. So more importantly, this early year I've just been wanting to figure out a way to win close games, and this was another way to learn how to win a close game.
Offense really picked things up in that game with some key home runs, Austin Gauthier and Daniel Page with a home run, on that day. So just talk about that. We've been talking so much about the pitching. Let's talk about the offense. What did you see this weekend from the offense?
I thought we had a bunch of big swings. The first day it started with Mount St. Mary's. I thought we swung the bat really well. Silas had a big 3-run homer that I thought opened it up, and he crushed it to about dead center field into a little bit of a cross breeze, and it could have easily be his 3rd or 4th home run of the year. I thought he's been really swinging the bat well. We've been getting really good production from the top of the order, and people getting on base, Austin in there. I thought Mikey Reisner had an incredible weekend swinging the bat, but yes, it was nice to get the ball out of the yard some. In that game you were talking about Austin and Daniel, they aren't likely power hitters, but Daniel could be on the board for 2. He had one at Lamar, he hit really well. He had another one, he hit to right center for a triple later in the game that he hit really well. He had a double. I thought Daniel Page was a little bit of the unsung hero of the whole weekend, and besides his offense, his defense was incredible on the weekend. And in the no-hitter, he made a play in the 8th inning that was incredible, a little number off the end of the bat. Comes in, he flicks it sidearm. He made 2 of those on the weekend, and just really played bust defense. And I want to mention this, in that no-hitter, Mikey Reisner made a play to start in a very second batter of a game. A ball smoked to his left, and he dives, and he snaps it and throws him out. And, that's a hit on, 8 of 10 fields to start a game, but Mikey came ready to play. I thought it really set the tone for that no-hitter, and I just had really good, balance, that first day between everything.
Now, close out the series, the weekend I should say, with another game against UMBC. You get a 4-2 win, again, well-pitched game. You get Teddy Silas making his first start. and then, you know, the bullpen comes out and backs him up with Brad Camarda and Chris Weiss. Just what did you see from Teddy making his first start after, you know, starting the season out of the pen?
You know, the thing you forget about Teddy is like just how good on the mound he was, and you know we hadn't seen him pitch much, and you know about the third or fourth inning, I thought he got his feel back out there, and he's throwing his fastball and his breaking ball, his changeup. You know, he's got a really good feel, and the thing I liked most is he kind of looked like a seasoned veteran out there, and you know he's had a lot of time on the mound now and a lot of data, and you know I think he put it to good use. We were only planning on going 4 innings with him. He ended up going 5. You know, he got in trouble in his last inning of work, bases loaded against one of their best hitters, and you know was able to get him out. And you know, I just think that kind of tells you the team toughness. You know, he wanted another inning. He was able to gear back. It could have been at a time to change the game from 1-0 them with a single. They're up 3-0, 4 runs, and then we come back and you know Vinny hits the big home run to tie it, and then they scored a run on a really tough play. You know, we threw late to second base. The guy's safe. He kind of gets in ties with Mikey at second, and we throw it away, and they give him a 2-base rule. And you know, Brad Camarada's in there as a freshman, and it has it go bad against him. It's only his second time on the mound, and you know the thing about that whole situation was how much he held it to that. He only held it to 1 run, and for a freshman to have that demeanor, I thought was really, really good. And then Chris Weiss finishes up with 6 outs there at the end, and you know 4 by K or 5 by K, and he just really had good stuff. Where he threw 2 on Saturday, so he had back-to-back days of 2 innings and getting 2 saves out of the 3 games. Another tough kid that shows toughness to the thing, and I think when you give you know the leadership of the older guys showing toughness like that, and then the younger guys have nothing to do, and you know, then you get a big hit by Rob Weishire, and but that inning gets started by a walk by Stephen Foster. So I mean, we have a lot of good things going in a lot of different directions right now.
All right. So 8-game win streak, the longest since 2013. You got a busy week if weather holds. You got a game at Fairleigh Dickinson tomorrow, and then finally home this weekend, a pair of doubleheaders against Albany on Saturday and Sunday. What are you looking for this week in the final weekend before conference play starts?
You know, the thing that I like most about the 8-game win streak, and I told the kids, is that they've all been on the road. You know, it's hard to win on the road a series. It's hard to win a game on the road. More or less to win, you know, sweep 2 opponents back-to-back weekends and split, you know, down in Lamar, and we've won 8 in a row, and we still got 1 more tomorrow against FDU, who's coming off 3 wins this weekend on Tuesday, if weather holds up, and then we got Albany on the weekend, and you know, Albany took 3 from us last year, 3 close games, and we know that they're a really good opponent. John Mueller's one of my favorite coaches. They're coming off winning 2 of 3 at Seattle, you know, this weekend, and so they played really well, and they've been playing really well all year, and so they're going to be a really tough opponent. And to be honest, it's all towards our bigger picture of getting ready for you know, Wilmington, who, you know, just took 2 of 3 from Arizona State this weekend at Arizona State. So, you know, the road is never easy, but we're playing pretty well right now, and we just want to keep winning close games, keep winning in general, and keep pitching and playing defense. And offense is starting to really come around. I thought this past 5 games they've really swung the bat really well. So, you know, when you're playing well, you want to stay on the field.
All right, Coach, thanks, and good luck this week.
Thanks, son.
You've been watching the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.